But we'll move across to the BBL games for tonight. We've got the Sixers versus the Heat. We've got a double header. We've got the Sixers and the Heat, and the Scorchers play the Strikers. First off, Leo, who would be your Supercoach pick for the Sydney Sixers versus Brisbane Heat for tonight?
I'm going to pick Jack Edwards. He's been in my team all season. He's at 140,400 at the moment. So this season he's had scores of 87, 81 and 90. That's Supercoach scores. He's been trusted more with the ball, which I've liked. He's bowled really, really well in a few of his games, and that's where most of his points have come from. But he's also pretty handy with the bat. He's been a genuine cash cow. He started around 62,000, so he's already gone up 77,000 this season alone. So he's on track to make a little bit more money over the next one or two games, and then you can sort of trade him out when he hits his peak for a player that might have a double, or a player maybe a bit more reliable than Jack Edwards later on. He's a player that, if you don't have in, there's still time to get him in and back him in for sort of a price upward trajectory, if you'd like. But yeah, I've been really impressed by him this season, so he's my pick.
Yeah, no, I really like that pick. He's definitely been by far, probably, other than him and Jordan Silk, the best Sixers players so far in this tournament.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm going to look at Xavier Bartlett from the Brisbane Heat, 195,900, a bit more on the expensive side. But he's got the fifth best average so far in Big Bash this season. Although he does bowl spin, it'll be at Coffs Harbour this game as well, obviously, because they're playing the test at the SCG. It'll be a little bit of a smaller ground. But as we've seen, spin can dominate in this Big Bash season so far. So we're looking at Xavier Bartlett, who can take a couple wickets. I think a lot of people might try and take the boundary on at the Coffs Harbour, so he could go for a few runs, but he could also get quite a few wickets, definitely with some catches in the deep. But your prediction, Leo, you're looking the other way and not going with Jack Edwards' team, the Sixers.
No, it's a tough one, this. I think, obviously these two got rained out a couple of days ago. It's a really tough game to pick. I think Heat I just think their record is a little better, but the Sixers without Tom Curran still, just maybe a little bit, just maybe missing a few more pieces, whereas the Heat look a bit more well-rounded. But I still think this will be a really close game, so I'm just leaning on the Heat.
No, I tend to agree with you there, Leo. I'm going to go the Heat here. They've been superb this season. Even I think the Sixers' win-loss ratio has been a bit of a myth this season. I think that they were pretty lucky to get over the line in some of their wins. But, this could be the turning point of their season. They really need a win here, the Sixers, and it'll be a big statement against the Brisbane Heat, who are currently sitting at the top of the table. And we'll move towards the second match of the doubleheader, the Perth Scorchers and the Adelaide Strikers. The Scorchers, they're sitting second, I believe. They're playing at home against the Strikers, coming off a loss against the Stars. They're going to be keen to get back into the winner's circle. Who are you looking at here for a Supercoach pick there?
I'm looking at Josh Inglis at $133,600. So he scored 99 in his last game. 64 runs came from that score. I think he got some bonus points for his strike rate. He has the double this round against the Strikers, so these two teams actually play again. So I'd be loading up on whoever you think will win both of these games. But he averages 52 against the Strikers. So not in general, just against the Strikers, he averages 52. So he's on track based on the numbers for a 100-plus score. And yeah, I'm happy to have that in my team for that price, where he'll probably hit his break even and go up in price. So that's my pick for tonight's match. I think you're leaning to an opposing batter.
I am. I'm looking at Darcy Short yet again. I've been really impressed with Darcy Short since he's moved across from the Hobart Hurricanes. He's 126,100, so still fairly cheap for a player who's consistently got 50 plus points so far this season. I think he's got 50 plus points in every one of his matches. Again, you mentioned he's got the double this round, And, if we're banking on that, even if he has one sort of average innings, then he can come in and he has another innings to sort of redeem himself if you need with the bat. And I think at his price, there's definitely a lot of bonus there for him to increase in price by the time that the next round comes along. But I'm looking at the Scorchers here. Even though I think Darcy Short could be an option to pick for Supercoach, I think the Scorchers are just way too good at home. Their record speaks for itself, and they're going to be one of the best teams in the competition this season, and arguably the favourites still for another season running. Leo, looks like you're agreeing with me.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you there. Scorchers at home, they're hard to beat wherever they play, but particularly at home. And it's really it's based off form, right? Like the Strikers have probably been one of the more disappointing teams this season. And I think like the Strikers batting has enough batting to chase down, a 200 score total, but it's their bowling that I have question marks around, whereas the Scorchers are just absolutely stacked with depth, batting and bowling. I think, they'll be too good.
Yeah, no, I agree there, Leo. I think we've mentioned it so many times throughout this podcast, but they're missing that second spinner, and that second spinner was one of the best in the world, Rashid Khan.
Yeah, definitely.
Him and Cameron Boyce could definitely keep the economy down, and they got a pretty good strike rate as well in terms of 2020 cricket. So they're definitely missing him so far this season.